Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Jane. Welcome. As I said before, I opened this channel. I hope to help English beginners. And right now, if your vocabulary is under 5,000, or if your English level is under B, um, you are the person I hope to help. And recently, it's the time to apply for the college and universities in America. So I hope to share my experience and to tell you how to select school in America and how to have the Duolingo test, IELTS test, and other English test, especially the speaking part. And today, as I showed here, if you are preparing for the school in America, you must have English test, right? And if you want to have the Duolingo or IELTS test, if you want to practice your speaking skills, now this video is specific for you. Okay, now let's begin. First, I want to show you how stressful when you answer the speaking part. As you practice the speaking part, the good idea is to set a timer. So right now I will choose a timer here. Let me see. Timer. Where is timer? Here. I use it. This one. 1 minute. 1 minute. Yes. Okay. And I will show you an example. For example, this one, there is the topic. And first, I will read this topic to you. And when I read, I will show you the timer here. Oh, I forgot. You cannot see the timer here because last time when I recording the video for you, I watched it later and I found the timer, you cannot see it. But today, I didn't find other timer. So today I will tell you how many seconds or how many minutes do I use in this part. Okay. Now, let's begin. I will read it. The topic is describe an important decision you have made. This is question. If you didn't practice the speaking part, this part you can hear the question for 3 times, and then you should answer it more than 1 minute. If you have the Duolingo test, you should try to finish the question in 1 minute. If you can make it longer, it will be better. And if you are having the IELTS test, you need try to make your answer more than 2 minutes. So maybe around 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, now I will read it for you. Let's start the timer. The important decision I have ever made was living abroad. This is a brave challenge for most people, especially for me, because I have never traveled to any foreign countries. I could not speak English 2 years ago. I had no friends in other countries. I had that decision and lived abroad for almost 2 years since 2010. Because I do not want to be locked at home, I do not want to have COVID test every day. I hope to have a positive and fulfilling life. Indeed, life outside my home country is different. The sky is bluer, the life is more relaxed. But of course, there are some negative effects, such as more crime rate and high expenses depends on where you live. All in all, I am not regret going out of my comfort zone and feeling the colorful world. Okay, see, this is the answer of this question. And when I read it, I use almost 70 seconds. Just now, when I read this paragraph, I use almost 70 seconds. But now I will show you if I don't read it, I try to answer it by myself. How many seconds do I use? But remember, when you have the when you have the Duolingo test, there is a timer about 1 minute, and the timer will close. The audio will close when the time is finished. So you should finish all your speech in that time. So for example, right now I will set the timer 1 minute and I try to answer this question, and you can compare the differences between read the answer. Okay, I will try it. Let me prepare for it. The same, describe an important decision you have made. Okay, let me start. 1 minute. Okay, start. Okay. The important decision I have ever made is living abroad. That is big decision for people, especially for me, because I have never traveled outside before, and I couldn't speak English 2 years ago. I didn't have foreign friends. But after living abroad since 2010, I feel comfortable because the sky is bluer, the life is more relaxed. But of course, there are some negative effects, such as there is higher rate. Okay, time is up. Now 1 minute, but I didn't finish my answer. That is the point. When you have the exam, you should pay attention to the timer. You need finish all your speech in the timer, because if you didn't finish it, it sounds weird. So I still have 2 sentences to finish my speech. Just now I said living abroad. Yes, the sky is bluer and the life is more relaxed. But there is also negative effects, such as higher crime rate. But I need to make a conclusion. So, but I never regret living abroad. This is the conclusion, right? So you see, when you read the paragraph, it's easy for you to read it. But when you have the exam, when you have to answer the question by yourself, it's much more difficult, right? So you need to practice, and especially speaking out, not thinking in your mind. When you speak out, your mouth, sometimes your mouth doesn't listen to you, right? For example, you pronounce the word wrongly, and you always forgot all the words you learned. Your mind is blank, right? There's nothing in your mind. They are the same. I have the same situation. Just now, when I show you how to read when I read the passage for you, it sounds smoothly, right? But when I answer the question by myself, I will stop and think that is the real situation, real thing happen when you have the exam. You will stress. I have a idea for you. When you practice at home, try to keep saying about 90 cents. So when you have the real exam, even though you forgot some sentences, you are stressful, but you can still say other sentence out, right? So this is one advice, a piece of advice. And then try to remember use the when, what, who, why, where. Like I said before, these tips will help you make your speech fully. This is the first example, and now I will show you another. This paragraph is a little bit longer, but next one, even though it's shorter, you are still stressful when you have the real exam. So the question is newspaper value. And how about you try to answer this question now? There is a timer. I gave you 1 minute. And when I say time is up, let's see how many sentences you have said, okay? Now, the question is newspaper value. Newspaper value. Let's start. 1 minute. 50 seconds. 40 seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Ding dong, time is up. See, how many sentences have you speak out? Did you finish the question? So this is the example, and now I will read this paragraph for you. As usual, I will set a timer and see how many seconds I use to read this paragraph, and then I will try to answer it by myself and compare the differences. Okay, let's start. Timer begin. No matter how many people choose to read news on the internet, I still think a newspaper has its own value, especially when we want to find some specific news. If we have a newspaper, that is solid evidence. I think the second function of a newspaper is collection. Once I saw a person give a specific date newspaper to someone as a gift. That is an amazing experience. All in all, a newspaper has its own value, and no one can replace it. Okay. Now, I finished this paragraph, and I only use 44 seconds. But in a real exam, when I answer this question, let's see how many seconds I use. Okay. Now, once again, set the same timer. Newspaper value. And remember, even though you have written the sentences on your paper and you have already practiced many times, but when you have the real exam, you always forgot anything. Like me, right now, I need to answer it by myself, but I forgot all the sentences in my mind. I can't remember them sentence by sentence. I just try my best to speak out fluently and clearly and try my best. Okay, now timer time 1 minute. Okay, start. No matter how many people choose to read the news on the internet, newspaper still has its value, especially when we want to find some specific news. If we have a newspaper, that is a solid evidence. Um, I suppose the second function of newspaper is collection. Once I saw a man um, give a specific date newspaper to someone as a gift. That is an amazing experience. So, um, even though many people choose different ways to read news, but no one can replace newspaper. Okay, see? Oh, only 1 minute. I use 59 seconds to finish this question. See? Um almost 1 minute. But if you hear clearly, my speech right now is different than the paragraph I read to you. There are some sentence I changed the sentence. I don't want to change it just because when I have the timer, I will have a little bit stressful. So I will make some sentence um make some new sentences while I have the exam. So this is the real situation. See how stressful it is. I hope these tips will help you a little bit. Hope we can have a better score when we have the Duolingo test, L test, or other kinds of English test. I remember this is the speaking question 3. I still have question 1, 2, and 4. If you want to see it, you can subscribe my channel and you will see all the list. And another tips for you, that is, if you are searching the college in America, there are many school. They only require 5.5 score of IELTS test and 75 to 90 score in Duolingo test. That is not very high, even a little bit lower. So it's very easy to get the 75 score in Duolingo. Try it and hope we can help each other further. And this is Jane. See you next time. Bye bye.